Hey everyone, Bryan Durkin here, back with another episode of the Driveway Marketing Podcast, where we help you get on your road to six figures. So hopefully our first foundational episodes have been fantastic. I hope they provide a ton of value. And I just added another one that's going to be after this one that I think you're going to like because it's going to help you have a tactic, right? So it's going to give you actually something to do that you can print out, write some information down, and take care of. That'll be tough doing it on a podcast, but I think you'll get it. So I want people to know, and someone asked me this, so how do I actually work with Bryan and the team? So as of this recording, there are kind of three buckets they live in, and only two of them are available at the moment. One coming out end of the year, but as of the time of this recording, which is in September, very end of September of 2020, one is if you have some operational need in the support of your marketing and sales of the business. Now, I'm not saying that we do marketing, we do sales, we support your marketing and sales. That's a very important distinction. So, and I'll talk to that in a minute. And we're going to go through that in some detail. The second thing I can help you with is I do offer some consulting. Those are done in buckets of hours, and they're not inexpensive. So just FYI, it's not for everybody, but I will guarantee that you will learn more about some leakage in your sales and marketing process in probably 3 45-minute sessions that you will have learned in any time. And quite honestly, if you don't, I'll give you your money back. And the third one is a mastermind, and that's coming out first of the year. We are going to do a program here in Naples at least twice a year. It's an in-person event where you get together with 10 or 12 people. The facility we have partnered with is literally just steps away from the beautiful Gulf of Mexico in a park. So we will have opportunities to take breaks. Might be hot, might be rainy, just steps away from the beautiful Gulf of Mexico here in the wonderful community I call home, which is Naples, Florida. So obviously, if any of those areas have some interest to you, just reach out to me on the contact information on the podcast. I'll be happy to get you some more information, or more likely, my team will. Those are really the three areas. But today we're going to dive in deep into some things that you don't need me to do. And that is, there's some operational things that we will take care of you because, quite honestly, probably close to 80% of the people that are listening don't actually do what I'm going to rant about first. You don't answer your phone calls, you don't reply to emails, you don't reply to your Facebook Messenger requests because you're busy in the field. You get excited, you place an ad, you have a phone number on a website, probably it's your mobile phone. If you're a small business, maybe it's the phone that your spouse or significant other takes care of it when you're out in the field doing the work. But the reality of it is that you're not answering the phone. And the marketing guys, lots of friends of mine in the marketing automation space are going to tell you, just have them fill out a form and we'll send them a text right away and we'll use AI to close it. And while I don't disagree that that's a tactic that's going to work in a lot of industries, and it's going to drive your costs down, but I'm going to tell you from experience, you're going to spend a buttload of money getting there, and it may not be as effective as you think in all cases. Now, there are some cases where it works wonderfully, right? You're trying to reschedule a dentist appointment and you're only available next week because you got jury duty. Yeah, it's going to be great. I don't know how long it's going to take you to train your model to be able to do that, but it's certainly going to be great. But I'm going to tell you a story. Story time from Bryan. We had some extra resources at the end of 2023, early 24. And so rather than lay them off, I had them do an internal project because I really wanted to know. And so we had them, we purchased a list, or we built a list of home services businesses, and we skipped Christmas week and day after, so don't go there because it wasn't that. So we targeted areas of the country that home services businesses would get activity between those months, right? So, we were calling the marina in January. We were calling, I want to say we called landscaping companies, cleaning companies, cleaning companies, carpet cleaning companies. I think those are the main niches, maybe some other ones similar to that. And then what do? We found about 4,000 phone numbers on Google My Business, Google Business Profile. So the phone number, when you type in that says carpet cleaning near me, the phone number that shows up there, we called 4,000 of them. How did you call 4,000? Well, we had 2 people for 2 months or 6 weeks call a couple hundred people a day. So if you do the math, if you call 200 or 300 people a day, it doesn't take many days to go through that. And then we made second calls to, I want to say, all the ones that did not answer. I'm going to tell you some funny stats. And I'm looking at them right now because I track everything, because that's how we do measured metrics. And I know my numbers, right? So we called, I'm going to say 4,000 people. Just 14% actually answered the phone. And we were asking about pricing or availability. I don't remember what it was, right? So 14% of those people actually answer the phone. Of the 14% answer the phone, only 25% could help me with the question, and that we were going to need a callback, right? So why is that important? Well, could you train the person answering your phone to saying, could they answer a basic question? And these were basic industries, right? Carpet cleaning, I want to say carpet cleaning and home cleaning. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I'm going to change my mind on the landscaping, because who landscapes in the wintertime? I do know the states we targeted were Florida, Texas, Arizona, and Southern California. So we took the kind of the weather-related stuff out of it. Heavily skewed to Florida and Texas. I live in Florida, so we skewed it. So I want to say probably 2/3 were Florida, but we wanted to sample the other markets. And anyway, so less than 20% actually knew how to answer our questions. So 80% of those people required a callback. Okay. Do you know how many of those people called us back? 1, maybe 2. So do the math. Like, so if someone's going to call you to ask for information, call back. You're missing out on opportunities. So if you think of the average carpet cleaning opportunity, if that's a business you're in, we're going to talk about numbers. So the average carpet cleaning is, I don't know, $350. And the average carpet cleaner should be thinking about at least 3 carpet cleans or 4 carpet cleans before they move. So if they do it every 18 months, let's say they might live in a house for 5 years, they might get their carpets cleaned 4 times. Let's just say it's worth $1,200. Let's just say it's worth $1,500 for the math, right? The average home cleaning in my market's $200. Let's call it $200. They clean twice a month. And if you're smart, they never leave. But let's just say they stay for a year. That's $400 a month. That's 12 months. That's $4,800. So think about those. One's $1,500 and one's $4,800. So those are just 2 simple math questions, right? Because I know you're driving and I don't want you to crash your car and not pay attention. But think about how much revenue you can make by just being able to answer the question. So again, let's just say 12% answered, only whatever very small percentage could actually tell us information. And then even less called us back. So think about the math. You paid money to have your phone number or effort or resource to have your information available to the public, whether it was your website or Google My Business or a profile, whatever it was. Now, I realize that some of the folks that probably did it hired a marketing company. They disengaged with them, and that phone number may be disconnected. We'll talk about that in a second. But these are places that answered and didn't answer the phone. Of the people that didn't answer, almost 40% of them did not have a way for us to leave a message. Now, think about that. They didn't have a way for either the voicemail box was full, it rang and 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 rang, or the number was disconnected. That third one, probably a call tracking number used by an agency that helped set that up that was no longer engaged. But still, we're talking over half of those people, we had no way to get in contact with them. That's crazy. And that's a really simple way, if you want to increase your business, is answer your phone, get someone to answer your phone. And if you don't know the answer, this is the script you do. Hey, that's a great question, Tom. You know what? I need Bryan to answer that question. He's on a job right now, but I can see on my schedule, he's done at 2:00 today. I'm going to text him and have him call you at 2:00. Is this the right number I can have you call him back at? So not every person needs to be an expert. I was in sales for years. I couldn't tell you 3 of the things I sold, but I sold a couple $100 million worth of stuff. I couldn't tell you how most of it worked. I knew why it was important, but I couldn't tell you how it worked. So again, if you can't train your people, train them to take really good messages and set up a follow-up appointment. And then if you can't get their mobile number, texting is a great way to do it because you can text them that information. So that's one thing. Answer your phone. Absolutely crazy. Answer your phone. Answer your emails. Answer your Facebook messages. Whatever your inbound intake is for your business, whatever you're driving traffic to, right? You're paying lots of money. We talked about that a couple episodes ago. You're paying money to have the phone ring. Make sure somebody rings the phone. Oh, I work a lot with marketing agencies who drive traffic, and their biggest frustration is, so your biggest frustration is the leads suck. Their frustration is you don't call any of the leads back. You don't contact them. We got lots of experience with that. So answer the phone, answer the emails. Here's a true story. Vance Morris, who's one of the first experts in the call. We've been partnered with Vance for coming on 3 years now. And something like 85% since our inception of every inbound inquiry. That's legitimate, right? They're not, we're getting rid of the phone calls that are the calling and asking for self credit card services and calling the other stuff. But every active inbound opportunity, 80 some percent, sometimes it's 90%, sometimes it's 70%, always depends on the time of year, but 81% as of this recording turns into a paid opportunity for his business to make money. Think about that, 80%. A good Google Ads guy will tell you 40% of every inbound inquiry turns into a job, right? A Facebook ads guy will tell you probably 25, 30% quality. Facebook's a lot of tigers there. So imagine that. So you go from 25 to 40%, you double that because you're answering the phone and you're providing real customer support. So that's one way you can work with us. We can help you do that. The second way we can do that, we can help you is, and if you don't want to work with us, great, just do this yourself, is build a system to have high value referrals. I'm going to say that again. Build a system that gives you high value referrals. Regardless of your industry, someone is selling to the same customer. If you are building pools, someone needs to have they're probably likely to have a pool service. If you are doing pest control, you probably have a landscaping partner and a power washing partner and a window cleaning partner. If you are cleaning homes, you should have a partner that's in the carpet cleaning business, or one or two. And here's the differentiator. So rather than casual BNI type of, hey, I'm looking for these retail one-on-one kind of referrals because I can do work with anybody, I want you to find referrals that can find you at least 10 to 12 projects every year, quarter, or month, depending on your business, right? Depending on the dollar. If you're selling something for $100,000, you ain't going to get 10, $100,000 projects in a month, but it might be a year, right? You might get 10 opportunities. I didn't say 10 deals. You might get 10 opportunities because when you get better at closing those deals, they'll be worth a ton more money. So I'm going to say that again. 10 times referrals is the way to go. Everyone says they have a referral system, and then you ask them what it looks like, and they go, oh, well, I go to this networking event. Well, no, going to a networking event is wonderful. I live in a community where a networking event is code for I'm drinking and I'm pretending it's work. That's what it is in Naples. There's a million of them. A couple of them are good, I'm sure. I stopped going to them. One, I don't have a lot of local clients. Wish I did. But my clients are all over the world, all over the US. But there's no follow-up. So and again, most important thing to create a referral system is it's all about them first and then you second. So if you give before you get, you'll get way more, but you have to be active. So hence you don't need 100 referral partners. You should have 5 or 8 or 10, right? So the average home services business under $1 million has a fixed capacity, right? I know the interior design business, my wife's in the interior design business. If an interior designer has 8 projects by themselves going on at one time, it's all different timelines. They're losing their minds. They're super, super busy. And they may have an assistant. 90% of interior designers, it's them and 1 or 2 people on their staff. That's just the nature of the business. If you're a pool cleaning business, it might be you and 2 guys that are out driving around doing pool cleaning, maybe a repair person, right? So, and you have to have obviously more transactions because your per pool cleaning cost is less. But again, you could target new people and have them help you, help each other. So that's one way to do it. So think about that differently, right? We're going to talk about that later on. We're going to talk about how to build referral systems, stuff like that. So that's really the second way we can help you. And the third thing is this is for more advanced companies for doing, 2 to 5 million or more. How could you supplement your sales and marketing operations? I'll give an example. One of our customers has they're a very transactional business. Probably 3/4 of their business is transactional. And about 25% of their business is service oriented. So when I say transactional, I mean like they're buying parts, they're buying repair kits, seals, they're in the industrial business. So they sell kits, they sell parts, they sell whatever. And then the other 25% of their kind of day-to-day business is the service and or big packages. So if someone buys a big piece of equipment, they got to maintain it. They either do it themselves, or they buy parts, or they have the company do it on a service basis. one of the things we implemented for them was basically a customer retention program. And all we do is reach out and touch every customer on their list who hasn't purchased in the previous 2 years on a monthly basis. So we found out that 80% of the time when we haven't heard from them, there's a new buyer involved. There's a new person because people move, right? People in the industrial facilities, they move jobs, they get promoted. So they're not the ones buying. So by finding and keeping your customer database up to date, you're good to go. The other thing that happens for other customers is that we follow up every customer to make sure that they had a good experience, right? And again, one of those things, that's another example. So, hey, Joe was there on Tuesday doing X, Y, and Z. Did Joe do a good job? Because I want to make sure that they did a good job so I can share that with my boss. So anyway, those are some ideas of how you can supplement sales and marketing and sales operations. Not so focused on that for folks that are listed in this, but all right, I want to take away here. Got a lot to swallow. Again, don't want to make these too long. One, answer your phone, answer your emails, answer your Instagrams. If you can't do it, find someone who can. Doesn't matter who it is. Just start by showing up because your competitors are not. Those numbers I gave you are real numbers. I can tell you, I'll do the same thing we did a program for a customer that had a coaching program for karate schools. So these are literally phone calls, inquiries. We emailed and called, I want to say 1,000 karate schools. Now they got really killed by COVID, so we think a lot of them just went out of business. The numbers were the same. We found better response later in the day, but if you're a busy mom or dad and you want to find out about a party for your karate school kids, wouldn't you call it your lunchtime? You would think someone would answer the phone because that's their biggest lead magnet in the karate school business is someone who's wants to have a party to learn karate. Kids, they get all excited and jump around and karate stuff each other. Sorry guys, I don't know what they do in those. And they become, guess what everyone leaves with? Hey, you could too become a part of the karate school thing. And we have programs where you come 1, 2, 3 days a week and it's this amount of money. And they didn't answer the phone. So crazy stuff. So answer your phone, other stuff. 2, build a high value referral system. Look for people that can refer to you 10 times, not 1, but 10 times. So if the local realtor that you're friends with only sells 3 houses a year, they're not a good source. But if a local realtor sells 100, they're a good place to start with. They're going to be harder to get to, but they're going to have a lot more value. Third one is, make sure you're doing the things that need to get done. And if you can't do it, hire someone, maybe not us, hire someone who can do it. All right, guys? So I hope this episode was helpful and you guys have an amazing day. We will see you on the next episode of the Driveway Marketing Podcast.